Want to become 1% better every day? Stay tuned because today's guest is going to help you do just that. An industry resource that we all have available to us, Kaizen Glass Solutions. Hey everyone, this is James, the Ghost Set Killer with Put 'em on the Glass podcast. Today's guest is here to help you further your education and just progress in the industry. We have Kaizen Glass Solutions with us today. And with us is Shauna Davis. She's the president and owner. We have Jason Horn with us today, and you all know him. He is the Auto Glass Training Director.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
And then we have Jorge Sandoval, the bilingual Auto Glass and ADAS Training Director. Chris Grafe, he is the Auto Glass Training Director. He might be popping on, and Glenn Holmes is the Flat Glass Training Director. He may be popping on as well. We had some scheduling conflicts, and the first time that we did this show, I just completely screwed everybody up. I just fucked the whole show up, so I apologize about that. So this is a redo, guys. So you get the pleasure of getting the redo. So
Take two.
Take two. So when I'm going to direct this first question, the first couple questions at Shauna. Is that okay, Shauna? Are you okay if I just kind of go, bullseye on you real quick? Okay. So this seems like this is your brainchild, your creation. And so what was the inspiration for this?
Really, the demand for training. People, in my past job, I met so many people looking to get into glass or further their education or get certified and all of those kind of things, and or just shops wanting to bring in glass from different industries like body shop, PDR kind of thing. So really, the demand is what kind of inspired me, if you will, and obviously, I'm able to add a lot of my touches to making it what it is today, as far as like the customer experience, the student experience and stuff.
Okay. Well, that's cool. And that's kind of what I was thinking was kind of going to be your answer because, we did this once before, but no. This one here, I didn't actually get out of you the last time. Was there a bunch of names in the running, and how did you choose your name? And then is there a philosophy behind it? Like, how did that come about?
Yeah. So there were a bunch of names out there. When I was kind of narrowing it down, I call them my board, which is my family and friends. My board of before these guys, came on board. So there was quite a few names to choose from. Ultimately, we narrowed it down to 3, and I actually created a Google form, sent it to all my family, and had them vote, and I gave them little meanings behind, or the thought process behind the names of that. And I have 2 sisters named that starts with K, so that was their vote.
Yeah.
But everybody else, they really voted for Kaizen Glass Solutions, mainly because of where I was in my life and what I was trying to do. And the meaning behind Kaizen is change for the better. So it really was fitting, and it resonated with everything that was going on.
Okay, so this took a personal touch to you because you're trying to transform and come out of it and everything. At least you did something like that. When I started this podcast, I just was like, man, one of my favorite hip hop songs in that 90s, 80 era is from Sir Mix-a-Lot called Put Them on the Glass. So I was like, this works out great because I'm in auto glass, So it's a great song if anybody's ever heard it. It's kind of about this.
Yeah, I will say that there's probably some of those names that were on the original list of things like that. But
yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, because that's just kind of like my flavor on things. Because we just kind of when Bradley was like, "Oh, you should start it," because with everybody's kind of dwindling down, because there was plenty of shows before, but they kind of dwindled down. So decided to jump in, and that's how I got my name. So your name has a lot more thought behind it and a lot more meaning. Mine is just me being a goof. Now, as a woman coming up in the business world, what were some of the challenges that you faced starting this business? Because it couldn't have just been like, "Hey guys, we're here doing this."
Those are unicorns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, being a woman, like a female in the industry in general, I think it's all about what like that's how you get your respect. And no matter who you are, of, the knowledge that you can provide somebody, the help, the support. Luckily, in my past experience, I, traveled so much around the world, and I made so many great contacts, and, contacts that became friends of mine, business professionals that, networking and things like that. So it really was like, I'm already doing this kind of thing. So like, it was just pull the trigger on it and let's go.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's good because, you were willing to jump, and a lot of people aren't. They're kind of just stuck in that one spot.
Yeah. I mean, there was some hesitation. I won't lie. There was like, okay,
Well, I mean,
really gonna.
You've been in this industry in auto glass for a long time, and then going out to just be you, it would be scary. And congratulations for doing it, because it seems like it's on an uphill spike, and I hope it keeps going that way, because we need that in our industry for auto glass. We absolutely do. So Jason and Jorge, this next little few questions will be kind of aimed at you a little bit. So I'm a student, right, and I'm wanting to come and get taught by the masters. What's some of the benefits that I can get from your hands-on training program?
Our year's experience.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll talk about that a little bit. What you got in your year's experience? Because I know pretty much everybody that listens to this show probably know you, but let's give a rundown of the resume of each one of you and what they're going to get.
okay. So I'm at 36 years. And for me, I will admit my weakness is calibration.
Okay.
I'm more of a mechanical person. And I know that calibrations aren't that difficult. It's just I get stumped on the mechanical or the technology side of it.
Okay.
But as far as my experience, I mean, old cars, new cars, big trucks, 18-wheelers, RVs, all that stuff. I've had 36 years of doing all that stuff, and I'm still active in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that helps me. I'm just kind of, as they say, keep your teeth sharp a little bit.
Yeah.
Just so I know what's out there and how to actually do this stuff. And then the things that I learn, or, little tricks and stuff like that, to try and pass that on to the students.
Yeah. Well, and, we've talked about it in the past. You're one of the world's best that does this, period. And you actually was the world's best. What year did you win the title?
2007.
2007. Yeah, I was in the game then. I just didn't know you then. But like I said, you're a big inspiration to me. I've talked about it on a bunch of shows. I've told you about it, but seeing your training videos and just being a huge fan. If you guys are going to come out and you can get taught by Jason Horn, he will be signing headshots 8x10s, and he'll be passing them out. Which you better put one of those in the mail for me, by the way. So now we're going to pass it on to this year's champion, the world champion, Mr. Jorge Sandoval. Let's talk a little bit about your experience and what the students can get when they come in.
Well, I lost track of it because I started doing this in 1999, and then I took a break, a really long break. Got fired from my last job, and I was like, that's it. I'm doing my own stuff. So I'm guessing about 16 years. That's what I have experience. Now, based on what Jason said, I mean, we're still full-time technicians. So what the students get is real-world training. I mean, it's not like we have a book and we just follow the script and Friday morning, here's a test and goodbye. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jason does the same. I still answer the phone. Students call me and they ask me for questions. I have a guy asking me, how can I do this? How can I do that? I'm making a video. I'm guiding the guy. We're doing FaceTime. I mean, it's full tech support, and to the extent of the phrase. I mean, we do stay behind those guys until they don't need us anymore.
Okay. Well, that's kind of sounds what one of the benefits that sets you apart from the other schools out there. I mean, I know a lot of the other schools will do the continuing education. They just don't have the star-studded cast like what Kaizen has, but also the fact that you guys will do the videos, you will walk them through. Now, I want to hear from all of you on the importance of the certification, what that means in the industry for students coming in that just don't know anything about auto glass, and they're just like, oh, well, it's a piece of paper, and then move on. So whichever one of you want to start, I don't care, but let's hear your thoughts on the certifications. All right, Shauna, go ahead.
What?
I just don't want to. I think certification is important. Obviously, we're trying to create a more professional technician and making sure that they are doing things properly. And thank goodness the technology in cars is really kind of pushing that forward even more so for a lot of different things, especially auto glass. I think the certification part for AGSC, there's a few others that I think would be beneficial for people, but I think it's very important. It helps them with obviously insurance jobs. I think insurance companies are doing a better job and putting more emphasis on verifying that, like the technicians or that company certifications where they got trained and things like that in order to give them work. Obviously credibility, I think we may get into this later on. I'm a big advocate on the consumer awareness of what that glass does in their vehicle. So obviously educating their customer and letting them know that they're certified to do that. They've been properly trained by experts, in their field, things like that. I think it's very important for them to be certified.
Okay, Jason.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the certification aspect of it, you're teaching the right way to do it. And, well, why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do that? Well, this is why we have to do that. Rather than, hey, I mean, we could go and train somebody, but maybe we're not training them the right way. But to make sure that they're certified, we know we're following a certain way, following adhesive manufacturers guidelines, we're following manufacturers guidelines, all this good stuff. And so to be able to say that we are certified and we're offering a certified training course, it's pretty big deal.
Nice. You, Jorge?
Well, certification, it actually shows that you care about what you're doing, even if you're learning studying. You're investing in yourself, so you have some knowledge. I mean, I'm pretty sure you and I we're gonna agree that we didn't have this kind of education 20 years ago. I mean, I remember back in 1999, round bead was the best way to do it. It was the only way. I didn't know better. So yeah, certification is really important. I mean, like I said, you show your customers, your employers that you really care what you're doing and you're doing this on the long run.
So now, with that being said, kind of what I got there from Shauna and from everybody was educating the customers through like your CSRs. Educating them on the phone is where it starts. Now we're going to run down your programs more towards the end of the show, but you guys have a CSR certification, or is it coming, or is there something hinting at that? Because you can train them to push the certifications, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we are launching our CSR class. The first one is in February. And through that, it kind of pairs up with our auto glass, like what we do in the auto glass course. They are able to get the Auto Glass Safety Council certification when they take that class. And again, like I always say, knowledge is power, and CSRs are really the front line of defense of how your company is perceived. And if they fail, then you're not going to get that work. You're not going to get that customer for life. But if they're great and they're really selling your company and who you are, being prideful of, being a certified company, having certified technicians, being certified themselves, and really kind of diving deep into that real world of what those other technicians that work for that company do. They speak that language, and they can, be passionate about it. And that transcends to that consumer, where that consumer can have impact, and then that consumer will tell their friends about all the things from just, so then it just keeps going on and on. So it's a really good place to be. And, it's a great resume builder too. Like, why not add those certifications and those skills to you? And it's such a we offer such a affordable and flexible way to be able to do that and add to whatever you're trying to achieve in life and your goals in the automotive industry or whatever, um, because we've had all kinds of different people, but like it's a really good program that we have. And again, it's great credibility that you add to yourself.
Yeah, what I'm getting from this is like Kaizen is taking a stance to change the industry, to change the best practices, to change the future of auto glass. Is that kind of what you feel like you're doing with
Absolutely.
this programs you're all building? Is you're trying to change the way everything's done within our industry to make it more professional?
Well, my answer is yes, of course. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and obviously we've all, like, everybody, that our whole team. Why we are such a great team is because we're all driven with the same passion and the same goals, to be able to deliver that. And so, yes, I think that's, how everybody should.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Make it.
go
I
ahead.
agree.
Jason, you got something to say?
Well, it's we're trying to make everybody 1% better every day.
Yeah, dude, I love that so much, man. Like, I'm getting ready to sit down with my tattoo artist because I'm getting my chest finished, and I'm like, man, should I put that on me somewhere? Kind of hide it in the background or something. Because because I was.
Well, the purple will stick out good on his pasty skin, so that'll
Oh
be
yeah,
good.
absolutely, yeah, 100%.
1%.
Yeah, we're the 1%ers. No, just kidding. So
That's right.
Jason and Jorge and Shauna, I want you guys to take that kind of roundabout. Let's hear some student success stories that you guys have. A student that came in that you just were like on the fence, but then they did something that impressed you, and success stories.
There's a lot on, and I don't say that just because we're here doing this, but it's one of the. For me, and I'm not one of their instructors, but I get to work with them from the very beginning before they even come to class, when they're at class, and then I get to have that relationship after them as well, or after with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really, I don't know. It makes me so happy. Like, I'm going to start tearing up because like, it just,
That's awesome.
change, like, you're able to change somebody's life and their confidence and all of those things. I have a lot. I'm going to let them speak because I always do that. You come back to me.
I can't pinpoint any one student. I mean, I have a couple that contact me on a regular basis, and I can see it each time they call back. They send me a picture. I can just feel it and hear it in the conversation. They're getting better. They're getting more confident. They're asking the questions, but then they're kind of asking a question that they think they know the answer to, but now, now they definitely, yep, they were right. That was the answer they were looking for. So yeah, I don't have anyone in particular. I think they're all doing great. Some, obviously some are better than others, but just the fact that they're all just slowly progressing and getting better and better. And the fact that they've come here and we've taught them, the hows and the why to's. Okay. So that way they can be better. They can educate their customers so they can get better customers and then continue to do a better job and create a more successful business.
Nice. You, Jorge?
My case, I had one guy. It was my very first class, 5 students, and thank you, Shauna.
Dalton. Are you talking about?
I'm sorry?
I was going to mention. Are you talking about Dalton?
No, I'm talking about a different student. Dalton is one, but this is another one. It was my very first class. I mean, brand new, out of the package, teacher and instructor, and I know how to replace a windshield. I didn't have everything down and how to explain someone how to do it. We spent a week together. The guy used to be a lineman, and all of a sudden he opened his own company, and he started working for an auto glass company because he understood that a week he got a lot of knowledge, but the practice wasn't there yet. But he started his own business, and he was working temporarily for another company for his business to come.
Nice.
So I was actually you circle back to me. That was one of the students I was going to talk about too. So he's right. He actually took a calibration class first because he was like researching it. was like, he took the Autel calibration class, and then the more that we talked, he was like, yeah, well, maybe I'll try the autoglass class. So the next month he enrolled in Jorge's first autoglass class here. And he ended up staying for the next calibration class with Chris with the launch. So he did 3 classes within a month and started his own business. And he was, he was doing good as far as like, getting the hang of things. But he knew, if I'm going to really give this a shot, I need to know more, and I feel better, and I want to gain my confidence, kind of thing. Especially going out on your own. That's a big task, being brand new to the industry, coming here for 5, in his case, 9 days, coming here for 9 days and saying, yeah, this is what I want to do. But he recognized that, and he actually went to work for a local company, because he was based around here, and, got more confident, like really kind of, and it's like all of that, even Jorge, like the conversations are just so different, and he's like totally vested into it, and he got certified. He did the AGSC certification. He did all of that. And, he was in a different, like the alignment industry for over 20 years. That's not an easy.
Oh no,
shit,
no,
transition.
that you have to work. You have to work.
Yeah.
Like that is not. Yeah.
And they give them a hard time and be like, yeah, this is not hard work at all. Like, let's use a setting device or whatever. He's like, this is nothing compared to what I was doing for 20 years, So
yeah,
that's really one of them. There's so many, like, we had another guy coming from a telecommunications, again, started up, just entrepreneur. He actually had his own glass, like his own windshield replaced, and he's a chatty Cathy.
Mhm.
So talking about Jared.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Jared, we just love music. He was at our alumni party.
Jared is he's the perfect business owner,
Yeah.
because he is very outgoing. I mean, he's what you have to be, I believe, to be a good business owner. He can sell himself. He's a good salesman, but he just knows how to talk to people, and he enjoys talking to people, and he's just enjoys being around.
So he got his windshield replaced, and he's chatty Cathy with the installer or the technician that's out there replacing his windshield in his yard or whatever. And he's talking about how much money he made off of this job, like how much did this cost, and all of these things. And then, and then of course he got, down the rabbit hole and starts on the Google search of, okay, how much money really is there? And then he ended up with Jags, one of the tool distributors, that has an online business. And, Gorov is, an old customer of mine too. So he actually referred, Jared to us, without us. And so I talked to Jared. He enrolled in the calibration class, which is Chris's first calibration class, and our first autoglass class too.
Back him up.
Yeah, and I helped him like do his logos and like do all these things right here. I mean, he was here for over a week, so we became buddies, which is great.
Well, you do.
And he really did a lot of things on his own. Obviously, we're here to help him, but he just is one of those people that it's like he can't wait for anybody. He needs it now, kind of things. Yeah, there's so many. We could have a whole nother section.
No. I know. I like the fact that you have these success stories and you can talk long time, because what you have out there is the naysayers that say you can't learn this in 1 week. And you know what? Right. You can't learn every car 1 week, but you can learn how to do the vehicle right in 1 week. I am a big advocate of that. And it sounds like they can spend a month with you learning the whole glass industry if they want. But can you learn, coming from an installer myself, like a technician myself, you can learn the basic principles of performing a safe installation in 1 week, and then you get the repetitions in. That's what this is all about. And hearing the success stories just kind of drives that home when you see these people online saying like, oh, how much can you actually learn in 1 week? Well, you can learn how to do the job correctly.
A lot.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's a lot.
And really, the people that have been doing this, their whole tenure, they have those aha moments when they leave our class too. They're like, wow, we had just our last class, that was somebody that was related to the auto glass industry, more on the glass side of things, starting his own business and everything. And he was like, I was actually surprised I thought he just kind of came for the certification, get re-familiar with things, but he was like, wow. And they're staying like after hours, like normally our class ends at 4 to 5, and here we are at 6, almost 7. You know, and we're still going. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I hope to take that class, your guys' class one day. Like that's a dream of mine because I know being around everyone that you have, I'm going to learn a ton. And that's my biggest thing is I hope to take it one day for that reason alone. What was you going to say, Jason?
I don't even say anything.
Oh.
yes.
Have-
Uh,
Yeah.
Back to school. Back to school. Hello, everyone. We're heading back to school. As you can tell, today's guest is Kaizen Glass Solution. If you do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe, turn that bell notification on so you get all up-to-date info from Put 'em on the Glass podcast. Please do it. I would greatly appreciate it, and all of my friends would greatly appreciate it. But up on your screen in a second, you'll see the list of Kaizen Glass Solution classes coming up. Find one in your area, go. Don't hesitate, because if you're just getting into the game, it's a great start. If you've been in the game in a while and you want to refresh your knowledge base and just learn something new, head on over to Kaizen Glass Solutions and get yourself some schooling. Back to school. Back to school.
But holy cow, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. All right. So I'm going to give you an intro real quick, right?
Okay.
This is Chris. They don't know me, son. Grafe in the house. But
Okay.
let's hear from Mr. Drift Chris about if someone's coming to you for ADAS calibrations, what can they expect from your class, man?
They're gonna learn more than just how to do a calibration. We go over everything. We make sure we show them what the buttons are, what all the icons are, where it started, everything. They're a lot of them don't know how to use a tablet. They're starting from the scratch there, so make sure that by the end of that class they're completely fluent with the tablet. And the questions that they'll have afterwards are more so just related to the different cars. But by the end of it, they're doing a full, complete calibration on their own, and got an idea of some troubleshooting, and just try to cram a little bit of everything into the class there.
Nice. Now, do you have a student success story you want to share, a student, or just something about the students that you can just kind of tell, they're just there now?
Yeah, a couple of them. So there's one was I think he was our first student, Jared.
Yeah.
Go getter though. So he jumped in all the way. He's had questions along the way, but he's just going full at it too. And then another one, it was under the radar for I think everyone else too. Patrick Doty, give a shout out to him. He was starting. He did the auto glass class, and he waited a few months until he really got good at doing the installs on his own outside, and then jumped into the equipment. And I mean, man, he's one of those guys too. He just gets after it, and picked it up really quickly, and just took off with it. Yeah.
He's a good example of taking your time too. Like
Yes.
he had a plan of like what to do with his current business and adding auto glass and calibration services to what he was doing. Wasn't it like a car sales or something like that?
Yeah, he
that
did car
does?
sales, so he's selling cars, he's buying cars from auctions, bringing them in, replacing their windshields, calibrating them,
Nice.
and
No, it's
doing
not.
all of it.
Is someone's alarm going off?
I'm in the parking lot, guys.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I was trying to roll the windows down to get some air.
Yeah. You guys will see it on the YouTube, but if you're listening to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you won't see that our lovely friend Jorge is sitting in a parking lot in the middle of his car. That's how much dedication he has to my podcast. Thank you, sir. You're just out there sweating it out. But not mean to cut you off there, Chris. It just kept going in my head, and I was losing focus. I'm like, where the hell am I at? So sorry about that,
Sorry,
guys.
guys.
That's all right.
No, it's not your fault.
No, that
right,
was
so-
really.
That was really it. Okay, I've seen you guys on the social media, and you guys seem to be partnering with a lot of companies. I see Sika, I see DuPont, I see Panther Pro. Now you need to reach out to SRP because I don't see SRP in there, but we need to get them in there because that's kind of like the
They're already in
007
here.
my jam. Are they?
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, see,
Yeah.
SRP in the house. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but he got like Migrant and Pilkington. But how do you guys use that to enhance your training? These partnerships have to come with some benefits for Kaizen and the students.
It's mainly relationships. For all of our auto glass students, I take it one step further, and especially if they're new to glass or to auto glass, I connect them with their local rep, like with their like who to actually speak to, not the 1-800 number, but an actual person that's going to be in their area that services their area. And then obviously how to get set up and things like that. As far as like Sika and DuPont and SRP, like those have been the best partnerships. Like they really support us so well as far as supplying urethane for our training classes. They come into our classes to do the certification for our students, which is really cool because in addition to the AGSC certifications, our students can walk out of here with sometimes at least 3 to 4 certifications.
That's awesome.
And 5-day period, which is like so awesome. Like I don't know anywhere else that you can do that in that short amount of time.
No, that's great.
Or the urethane have been phenomenal. Like really, we wouldn't be able to do what we've been doing in the way that we've been doing it without their support. 100%.
Yeah,
or 1%.
That's cool. Like the urethane was the only training that we had, back in the day, and you got that after you were in the industry for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, you know what I mean? And then you finally had a rep coming around and like you're standing there going, wait, I'm not supposed to be cleaning after I trim the bean down? Like really? Wow. Okay. I've been doing this whole thing. Yeah. I've been doing this whole thing wrong, man. This is bad. Like, so, anybody else got anything to say on that with the partnership with the companies? Cause I mean, we have one of those partner companies in here with Texas Glass Tools, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Chris?
he's on like the launch, obviously the launch calibration that he sells. He's an authorized distributor and the certified trainer for launch too. So, with that, I mean, just those partnerships, like what he provides with the WRD products, and he's such a like wealth of information, such a great resource, not just out like with his training class, but outside of that, to be able to support our students and the product knowledge and things like that come along with that.
I'll say he is the 2023 People's Champ. Just so everybody knows, he got that title for a reason. He is the People's Champ of 2023. So yeah, he got that for a reason because he goes above and beyond. As I'm seeing that.
Really,
the whole group of you, I'm listening and I'm hearing that you just go above and beyond to make sure that the people who come to your class are successful. I'm gonna let you get some final thoughts out there, everybody, because the next little segment we're going to dive into is pretty important to me. So I want to kind of get everybody's view on what we've talked about so far.
Yeah, so that like you just mentioned, our customer student success is our success. Like without them being successful and confident and doing what, getting what they came to us for, we are nothing, right? Like this isn't going to continue very long if we have unsuccessful stories. So it's a big, and just naturally, I think all of us, that's just built inside of us is just taking care of people. We want to help people. We want to help them be successful. And obviously, like not just because of us, right? It's something bigger than us. I think it all comes back to us eventually, and helping people.
I agree. I think I think that all of us have such a major passion for the industry. I don't like to leave people hanging. I want to make sure that they're taken care of one way or another. I know Shauna, Jason, and Jorge are all the same way. There's so much passion for the industry in all of us.
Nice. Okay. So a father of 2 very independent, strong women. I really like what Kaizen is doing with the women's movement in auto glass that we're seeing right now. But 2 women in particular, I want to talk about because the Tech Olympics is something that we all strive to be part of, and you guys had 2 competitors that trained at your facility prior to the competition. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Who was that? Who was those ladies?
That was, you're baiting me into answering.
It's a setup.
Jamie and Heather. We've had several women come through our classes, which is such a proud moment for me. But Jamie and Heather took it one step further and wanted to, be a part of the Autoglass competition for 2024. They came to us obviously to, freshen up their, techniques and knowledge, obviously get certification from the urethane reps and the AGSC. And obviously be able to have, the great resource of all these three guys, to be in the presence of and ask the questions and things like that. And they did a great job. Like they were the first female competitors in the Autoglass replacement competition, which is freaking awesome.
Not only that, they showed up. It's not like it's not like they just came and just competed. They actually showed up. And they had really good scores, and that they finished their cars, and there was a lot of people that didn't finish their car. And both of them finished their car, and both of them showed up and showed out. And I'm personally, as a judge, I was very proud of both of them and the way they performed. It was amazing. But now, Drift, Jason, and Jorge, this is going to be kind of a...
Want to become 1% better every day? Want to become 1% better every day? Stay tuned, because today's guest is going to help you do just that. An industry resource that we all have available to us, Kaizen Glass Solutions. Stay tuned.
A kind of baited question as well, but do you think the advancement in tools has helped the entrance to women into our industry?
I think it's
Most
helped.
definitely.
Yeah, everyone, anyone. It's definitely made it easier for women. It's made it easier for anyone starting. But yes, where before you had to have some extra muscle to, to pull a knife and stuff like that, where, it was hard. Even on, I give a cold knife to my brother when he first started. He couldn't yank it across. He can't pull it across, So the wire tools have seriously helped. All of the setting tools, everything have really helped anyone and everyone.
Yeah, I totally agree with Chris. I mean, it kind of levels the field for everybody. In my case, I'm a short guy. Once I'm inside on top of the car, I mean, on the open the door and then stand on the car, I'm kind of level with a 6'5" guy, because now it's a level field. And my opinion is the same for girls. I mean, now we have so many setting devices. You don't have to rely on the cold knife all the time. And it's just like any other tool. It's a learning curve, but there's a lot of information nowadays, and I'm really happy that girls are coming on board now.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps everybody. But one of the things I like to teach and tell my students is advancements in these tools will actually give you longevity. Will actually less wear and tear on your body, because you're not yanking that cold knife and pushing up with your head and long knife and all that nonsense that we had to do years ago, because it's all we had.
Yep.
30-some years ago. But now, I mean, Lord, I wish I had these tools 30-some years ago,
Oh, 100%. I remember the first time I pulled a cold knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all do. I think we all remember the first time
Yeah.
we tried.
That was...
I was saying the arm shakes is what it reminds me of. Like, I'm moving, my body's shaking, but it's not moving.
Well, I feel the industry as a whole was starting to loosen up on this boys club outlook and welcoming in more women into the industry and actually helping them succeed instead of kind of pushing them out, which they find in other fields. Shauna, do you think Kaizen will lead the way with that? Like opening up those mindset through like the community outlook and like commercial styles or anything like that? Do you feel that Kaizen is going to be the front leader with that women's movement?
I think we already are we?
Yes, I know. I was baiting you again. Yes, yes, you are. And I was baiting
Come
you
on,
again.
guys.
Yes, you are. You absolutely are. Yeah.
No, I think it's going to continue. I know so many females in the autoglass industry, whatever side that they work on, whether it's CSR, working for glass distributors, urethane, I mean, just, I know so many females, and we've all, share our stories of the challenges that, that we face, in our tenure in the industry. And I see a shift in that. Like I think the tool advancement, I think, obviously just having an open mind and knowing, I think Jason says that we can multitask or whatever, like we bring a whole different aspect.
The attention to detail.
It's attention to detail. Yeah. Things like that, it's really cool to see. And yes, I think that we're going to keep going and increasing.
Yeah,
Heck,
you see
yeah.
more people who are CSRs or even warehouse staff who are women being able to take the class and get more involved than just doing that job. Pretty cool.
Yeah, they're gonna be multi-talented,
Yeah.
which is just going to help the industry and their business grow. Their CSR that understands installation, they can talk to a customer more educated wise when it comes to that. If they can perform repairs, they can help the business along, because if the repair comes in, they're backed up, they can run out and jump out and do it. There's all kinds of benefits to bringing in everybody and have them be well rounded in your shop. Now, Kaizen's approach to continuous improvement, that's like one of your like pillars of success, is what I'm seeing, is that you said it multiple times. Your open-mindedness, you're continuing to improve, but you mentioned it once and we talked about the tattoo. What does it mean for 1% better every day to Kaizen?
Kaizen?
To the whole team, to your team. What does it mean to your team?
That, today is another chance to improve ourselves, to get one step closer to what we're trying to achieve. We all have many goals. I have several, lots, but yeah, we would go there. But yes, 1% better just in general. And it doesn't just necessarily focus on the Kaizen. It's personally, like what you want to be as a person, who you want to be, what you want to do, what's your legacy, like what you're able to, get to that goal. And just little small changes in your life or how you're doing your routine or whatever has a huge impact. If you just stay with that and stay with that consistency each day. And, obviously it's mainly focused on training, but it's also the support of our students and our, customers, our relationships with partners, like what we could be doing better each day is how I see it.
Nice. Jorge, what's your thoughts on 1% better?
Well, 1% better is just like baby steps towards a goal. You don't have to do it all at once, but you have to keep improving. You have to compare yourself to who you were the day before so you can move forward. I mean, in my case, that's how I see it. Just baby steps towards goal.
Jason?
For me, I want to, or I'm continually trying to find ways to improve myself from a teaching standpoint. How can I do it better? How can I get them to understand quicker and better? So for me, that's like super important. Always trying to learn what can I do better to help my students be better.
Drift?
For me, I mean, just if you can learn something new, I mean, even just a tip that can help me, then there's my 1% for the day. But and then again, also if there's something that I can give someone else, I could teach someone else, then there's another 1%. So sometimes you get 2%, but as long as there's something, you can get something one way or another.
Nice. Now, are there any upcoming initiatives or partnerships or anything you guys are excited about to announce on the show?
Yes.
Nothing coming up with the AGE or anything like that?
Oh, well, so we are a member of AGE, the European Automotive Glass Association over there, and we're going to be doing some global training. We have actually Panther Pro and Glass and a Boot. Glass Boot. Yeah, sorry, I always get that mixed up. They're located in Paris. They have a training center there, and they have been gracious enough to extend an invitation for us to host our autoglass and calibration classes there for 2025. So we're still in the middle of trying to confirm that schedule. And that's really great because then we have, just keep expanding what we're doing here over in Europe and beyond kind of thing. So, and they have a big reach. Like they support, I think, 22 different countries in Europe. So
Wow.
that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have some other things going on as far as like local high school automotive shop programs that we're working with closely with their instructors, trying to build some type of night class, for some students or when they're on holiday, school holidays and stuff. If they're interested in, adding the glass aspect to what they're learning in their shop program and what they want to do as far as after school. I love to share that this is something that they could do after school in general. They could have their own business doing windshield repair, replacement, or recalibration really, on weekends or, whenever they could have that already. But if, college is not something that, is for them after high school, some people are trying to figure that out. And it's really cool to kind of bring awareness to that younger generation for that.
Nice. I like it. All right, so we're coming down to about the 47-minute mark, so we're going to start wrapping this down, guys. I do appreciate you being here. I thank goodness it's going better this second time. Holy crap. So this is a lot nicer than what, dude, I listened to that audio and I was like, what in the hell's wrong with me, man? Like, this is bad. I just have all this new equipment and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not even going to worry about learning how to use it. Why would I do that? Let's just wing it, Yeah. So that's not the approach you want to learn at all. So, but how can people get involved? And let's give a rundown of those classes that you offer. And because there's going to be a small spot where they're going to see your 2025 schedule on the show and everything. But how can they get involved? Students, partners, how can they contact you and what programs do you have?
Is that me?
That would be
That's
good.
you.
That's on you, Sheldon.
Dang it. Okay. They can get involved in several ways. Obviously, call us. They can go to our website. All of our information is on the website, kaizenglasssolutions.com. Our Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn pages. We share a lot of content on there as far as upcoming classes, our alumni success, things coming up, different events and things like that. Partnership, we're always open, considering different locations to kind of expand our reach and support, more students around the country, around the world, obviously. And then vendor partners as well. Something that we're really take a lot of pride in is being able to show the latest tools and a variety of different tools to our students and provide that hands-on training for them. So obviously, if there's any new products in the works or the pipeline for them or something existing that we currently don't have ourselves, we would love to, have that in and share that with our students as well. And also not just like tools and equipment, but like software. We have a great partnership with Omega. There's several out there that we like to educate our students on, especially people brand new. So, it really doesn't just stick to just tools and urethane and things like that. Like anything that can really support our students in all of our different classes would be good.
Okay.
And then you need the class, how many programs we have.
Yeah. Like,
Got it.
okay. So the programs that you have, correct me if I'm wrong. You have the Autoglass Technician Training. You're going to have the CSR starting in September. You have multiple brand ADAS calibrations that they can attend. Launch, Autel, CarCal, OptiAim. I'm sorry, I missed OptiAim. Sorry, OptiAim. And then you have the flat glass, shower doors, shelving, mirrors, everything that goes along with that. Did I miss anything?
Chip repair. Yeah.
Chip repair. Yeah, and you said you might be dabbling in some other things. So keep on your face. What's your socials? Is it just Kaizen Glass Solutions on all the?
Yep.
Okay, on all the socials, go to Kaizen Glass Solutions because they're always adding new things that I can see every time. You got some pretty cool social media things going on too, by the way. But every time I see it, it's like something new is coming out, and I'm just like getting excited about it. I'm like, oh shit, like it's I get all worked up like a kid in a candy store, man. Like when
Me
I get
too. I get excited too.
yeah, when I get excited, man, I get wound up. But so there's a lot of things coming out. Looks like for 2025, everybody will see the schedule come up on my commercial. Please, like that commercial because I felt like a big dork making it. But whatever, you'll see it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel one thing I'd like to mention too is the bilingual classes too. So
Yes.
Jorge is our Spanish instructor as well. So whenever he's teaching a class, we like to put that it's bilingual. It is taught in English unless it's like something customized that it's only Spanish. But whenever he teaches a class, there's always an opportunity for, Spanish speaking students to come in and still be able to
Okay.
learn and
Jorge, say that in Spanish, so everybody listening in Spanish can get it.
Well, before that,
Okay.
I just want to say thank you to Shauna for giving me the opportunity to be in Kaizen. The reason why I'm saying this is because she knows, and these guys also know, that for the longest time I've been pushing for my guy to get some training, to get some learning. And she has created a platform that gives me the opportunity to spread the word and to bring good training to my Spanish-speaking friends. So with that being said, thank you. And si alguien quiere tomar la clase en español, cuando yo estoy dando la clase, las doy bilingües, inglés y español. Puedo ayudarles en los dos idiomas. Por favor, suscríbanse, vengan con nosotros y aquí les ayudamos.
Thanks. That works.
What I
Thanks.
was going to say, but
Heck
how would
yeah.
you say it?
Yeah, I'm glad you said it because I can't say it. Like I've got this little Babbel app that I'm trying to learn Spanish. So I'm like every day doing a little bit on it. I'm like, okay, yeah,
yeah, you're 1% better.
1% better. But I still can't really.
Better in Spanish.
Yeah.
We all need to do.
I want to thank you guys for coming on the show and taking time out of your day, especially redoing it because I can't stress enough how bad that bothered me when I heard it. So thank you for taking time out of your Sunday and coming back on the show. Get it out as quick as I possibly can. I'm going to try to get it edited down tomorrow. So maybe Wednesday or Friday, get it out. I got a couple other things I'm doing. So thank you for that. Thank you for being so patient with me and just enjoying. Is there anything you guys want to say before we end off? And also don't hang up right away because it's got to upload, but we can talk once I stop recording too. But anything you guys want to say before we jump off here?
Just thank you to you.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you're doing for the industry as well. You have a really good professional presence that you're connecting a lot of people with by doing, your podcast platform, but also what you're doing for the AGSC, the committees, and having a bigger role, for that. So thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, James.
All right. Cool.
You're the rockstar, James.
Don't go that far. Don't be no.
Jason is the silent rockstar.
Silent rock
Jason
star.
is the silent rock star. I'm the ghost set killer. He's the rock star. Like he's loving an elevator. I'm like out here spitting cream, So all right. Hey, everybody. Like I said, I've been the Ghost Set Killer. This has been Kaizen Glass Solutions. Go out there, get yourself some schooling, better yourself, invest in yourself, take pride in what you do, and just get better. Like they say, 1% better every day. So thank everybody for listening.